Okay, cool. We got this ready to go, guys. So hope everyone is enjoying your day. So my phone's just beeping like crazy. So we're gonna go for a walk. We're gonna talk about a few important things and things that's up. But before we do that, we're gonna do a word with our sponsors. Let's jump on in and get that done. Pops up on the screen. Guys, as this country was built with calloused hands and an unshakable grit. Guys, at Sea of Mud Apparel, they make gear for the ones still out there doing the hard work. The forgotten men and women of rural America. Guys, every piece they make is American made, patriot, and built to last. It's rugged, durable, and made for folks who don't quit when the job gets tough. And right now, buy one, get one free. Guys, all the way through Thanksgiving. Plus, if you send us a picture of the gear, of you wearing the Sea of Mud gear, we'll hook you up with 25% off a site-wide discount code for your next order. Guys, so don't wait. Gear up, stand tall, and show what rural America is made of. Head to seaofmud.com right now. That's seaofmud.com. Guys, if you use the code RUMBLE, you get 15% off and take advantage of the buy one, get one free deals before Thanksgiving. Guys, Sea of Mud Apparel, rural America clothing company. Guys, built for the forgotten as it's worn by the proud. Commercial over. Okay, let's go head out. We're going to talk about a few things. We're going to get a few things set up. I've got my gimbal. We're going to get all that set up. So let me jump over there. It'll be quiet for just a second because I need to put my phone on here and head out the door. So I will see you guys in about... Okay, everyone. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. We're here outside. So we're going to go for a quick little walk. We're going to talk about a few things. And I can't read chat right now, so I'm sorry that I can't see it. But right now, temperature is, well, we got there. We've got 30 degrees or -1°C. So it's a bit chilly. A little chillier than I thought. A little warmer than I thought, actually, is what I meant to say, because it was like 19 earlier today. So we can see beautiful blue skies. There's a couple little fluffy clouds over there. But we've got snow. So about 3 inches. So yesterday and today is the 11th. So if you're watching this later and you're wondering about that. So that's the 11th. Actually, for how warm it's been, I'm still shocked that there's this much snow actually still on the ground. So I want to say some of the drifts, like if we look at some of this drift, like that's a pretty tall drift. That's a foot drift right there, at least a foot. So we're not gonna walk far. We're gonna walk up to the corn crib and back. We just got a couple little things to talk about today. So happy Veterans Day to all of my friends and everybody else that serve. Thank you for your service, and happy Veterans Day to everyone out there that is a vet. And yeah, the sun is pretty interesting right there. There's Kiwi, Mr. Kiwi. Meow meow. We're just gonna climb over because won't let a farm fence. No reason to open in a farm fence when you can just do a nice climb over like so. So I love snow. I love winter. Winter is actually one of my favorite seasons. Fall is my absolute favorite. But I love when there's snow on the ground. What I don't like about winter is when there's not snow, but when there is snow, totally a great. I don't like mud season, but that's a whole different season. Those that live on a farm or live someplace where you have a mud season, you totally understand what mud season is. So what we need to talk about, we have to have this conversation. So the sun behind me, there's at least 5 CMEs coming towards us right now. So day before yesterday, we had a small little X-class that the sun grabbed and pulled back in. Really amazing. That would have been not bueno if the sun wouldn't have pulled that back in. But we did get some energetic waves coming off of it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, listen me through what I'm saying. and I'll help translate it into English when I'm done. So then that evening, 2 days ago evenings, that had been Sunday evening, we had I believe it was an M class. It could have been a small X. It was an M class, shot ass. We've got energy coming towards us now. Then yesterday morning, we had a X class. I think it was 1.7. That's definitely sending some energy, and that's going to catch up to the other one. So then that's 3 with the possibility of some more energy coming. Then last night, I would say later afternoon, we had another solar flare go off, and then this morning we had the 5th one coming off. The 5th one was definitely a full halo. So what does that mean? Well, it means we have a lot of electric coming towards the Earth. So no, this isn't grid down. This isn't end of the world. This isn't kill shot. This is none of those kind of things, but expect the internet to act up, possibly having radio issues tonight and tomorrow night, depending on where you live and depending on how fast it comes. We should absolutely see auroras. And I'm saying we should see auroras unless you're like watching this from like below Florida, we're probably going to have auroras. So I will be coming out tonight as soon as I pay attention to when all the energy comes here. I'm going to be going outside tonight. I'm going to be trying to catch some of those auroras. So this is going to be big like the one in May of last year. Or year before. Yeah, last year. So it'll be fun. I kind of hope it's real pretty because it looks like it's going to be a beautiful night. So it might actually be really, really fun to get outside and catch some auroras and check those out. So what does this mean for us? So it means a lot of extra energy is coming onto this planet. So whatever weather is going to get amplified. Whatever mood you're in is going to get amplified. So if you're already kind of feeling a little down and out, you're feeling a little sad, expect that to get amplified. If you're feeling really good and energized, expect that to get amplified. Just like people are lunatics, when you have soul ticks, is what I call it now. I call it soul ticks. When you have the extra energy coming to or we call them flare ticks. I don't know. We need to decide, guys. Chat, do you want soul ticks or flare ticks? We need to come up with that because we need to talk about that. So anyways, when all that extra energy is coming, people just start acting silly. It is crazy. And I'm not talking, this isn't woo. I mean, there's some woo to it, but this isn't just woo. There is science, like heart attacks are going to increase. Blood pressure is going to increase. That feeling of uneasy for some people are going to increase. Things that I've noticed, this is depend on if you're a positive or negative blood type as well. That does play actually a role into this. So you just should know your blood type. I'm A positive. My mom is A negative. Lisa is AB positive. So important things to know what your blood type is and then document how you feel when when we really start getting bombarded. So also geographically, for most of you, I'm probably higher altitude than most of you, so I will be affected in slightly different ways than some of you will be affected. How will this affect me? Well, I will tell you that I'm expecting a headache because usually, just like when barometric pressure changes drastically, it gives me a headache. I'm expecting a pretty good headache to come with this. I am already taking some of my methanol blue. You guys be you. Don't just take something because I take it or because I think it's a cool thing. Do some research, do your own research. But for me, methanol blue does help lower the reactions I get from that. And look at those mountains in the distance. Whew, it's just love it. This is one of my favorite spots on my property right here, guys. Especially this time of year where you can see the mountains pop up right through there. Whoo-wee. Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. So that's what I'll be doing. I'm going to try, because I know how the energy is going to do, I'm going to try to be eating a little bit more clean as well this week so that I can keep my immune system in tip top, because when I was at my sister's house, I don't know, something got me and messed with my head. And I've had like a head cold is the best way I can describe it. Just felt pretty pretty yucky up in the top of the head. Now I did have joint pain one day. I took some vitamin C and some zinc and some echinacea, drank some water, just lots of good juju, and spent some good time, and good to go. So you're fine with that. So let's talk a little bit about the sun again. So some of you have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to space weather. So the sun is a giant ball of electric plasma. Let's just say, I actually think the sun is alive. I think the sun is a being. It's an alive being of electric plasma. It being alive or it being dead is not really relevant. This is kind of cool. I'm gonna zoom in here real fast because when I get to see when I see nature make cool artwork, get my boot print out of there, it's always fun. So I think that's cool. It kind of matches the sky. So when the ground matches the sky, that's really fun. Okay, so sun has a lot of plasma. It has energy in it. When one of those flares pop off, so you see some flares popping off. You see the sun just like shoots out some extra energy at you. So extra energy going out there, and then it goes out that way. That extra energy gets absorbed by the earth. Now we have a protective layer, our ionosphere, that's supposed to absorb some of that, so that, you know, otherwise we'd just get fried and it would just be like an energy burst and it would just be not bueno. But the earth has a cool electric, like a force field shield, and that shield absorbs some of the energy. So it imagine spraying some water and you have a little coat on you. So the coat's going to protect a little bit. So if you get bombarded with a knot, you're still going to get a little wet, but you're not going to get that much. Well, right now our shield has been weaker. Our shield has been weakening over the last 100 and some years. It's the way, because we're going to go through a pole shift sometime in the near future. I don't know what near means, but sometime in the near future. So we've got this energy coming from the sun, and it's gonna hit Earth. When you get extra energy, things need to excite. So one of the things is it adds that extra energy into storms, because, you know, thunderstorms and hurricanes and such like that are just balls of energy. And so it absorbs some of that. The ground's going to absorb some of that into the ground. That's why the ground is charged the way it is. Plants will absorb some of it. Everything, we will also absorb some of it. It's actually probably a very important thing that the sun does this. This is probably not a bad thing. It's probably how the earth gets extra energy, because, you know, we as energetic beings, you know, we pretty much run on pulses of energy and things of that sort. So you got energy coming in. Now, most of the time, energy's fine. We deal with it just fine. But when we get these X classes, these high bursts of energy, is when that can cause problems. Again, it all depends on how well our shield holds out and where you are on the planet, based off of where that energy comes in and it kind of gets sent down. So kind of like an electric strike. You could be standing next to a tree and that tree is going to take the brunt of it, but maybe some of that energy is going to come your way. Or if you get struck by lightning, you know, that's a whole lot worse than being right next to it. So again, those are weaknesses in our ionosphere. Their weaknesses also depends on the ground and a lot of other things. That's a lot more complicated. So we're not going to get into the details. I'm trying to keep this as user-friendly, as like kindergarten level as possible. So there's extra energy coming in. You're going to feel that extra energy. You need to understand that the loved ones around you are going to feel that extra energy. So be forewarned if you start noticing more angry people over the next 3 or 4 days, because the energy is going to resonate. It's not just going to come here and it doesn't just disappear. It's not just here and gone. That extra energy sticks around for a while. You got to let it dissipate. So it's kind of like if you fill up a glass of water and you slowly are pouring out the water, it takes a little while for all the water to get out of that glass. So as the energy comes in, or a better way, it takes a little while for your cell phone battery to drain. So if you get charged up with that extra energy, it's going to take a little while for that cell phone for that extra energy in you or around you to go down. So keep that in mind. I would highly advise if you can avoid flying, especially flying near the poles right now, I would highly advise you to do that. That's pretty much my main piece of advice. Trying to see if I can see. I can't. The sun these glasses don't do well enough to look at the sun to see the sunspots. But if you have a pair of like the glasses to look at the eclipse and such, you could look at the sun right now, and you might even be able to see one of the coronal holes, or you might even be able to see some of the energy coming off of the sun. Not sure. You don't need to do that. There's websites that you can go to. Solham is one of the better ones that links a bunch of stuff, so you can check that out. So why are we having this conversation? We're having this conversation because you guys should be planning. So you could lose power. Some areas, if you get really bombarded bad, you could lose power. Probably not for very long, but it could happen. People are going to be dorky. People are already dorky right now. They're going to be extra dorky. We're also going through a seasonal change. So people are just naturally dorky when we go through these seasonal changes. So anytime we have anytime the weather does major switches, people are dorky. So they just dork out. So we'll call that weather ticks. So we're all sensitive to this kind of stuff. We're bowls of electric water. And so we're sensitive to all that other kind of stuff as well. So keep that in mind. So keep in mind that you might not be in tip-top shape. So you should be doing what you need to do to keep your body, your mind in tip-top shape. If you meditate, absolutely should be meditating right now. If you don't meditate, you should really think about doing something to meditate. And I don't care how intense. I don't care if you pop on headphones and you listen to some music and you just chill. Just sitting and you just chill. Or maybe you go smoke a reefer and you just sit and chill and you're just like, whatever you can do to calm yourself down and to just put energy out there, to just sit there, put that energy out, absorb some of it in, and just chill. Because when the extra energy comes, you're going to feel, if you're sensitive, I have met some people that aren't so sensitive to that, but most of all of us, we're going to feel something. You're going to feel something. I want you to keep that in mind. And what you feel is natural. It's what's going to happen. If you're blessed enough to not feel it, it means one of two things. It means you don't understand your body at all, and your chakras are absolutely clogged, or it means that you are charged the proper way, and you are one of the people that have been evolved to be able to deal with this stuff. I don't know. I can't tell you the difference between chakras being closed and clogged, and you being one of those cool people that can, take this energy like an oomph, but that's what's going to happen. So no panic. Fortnite will go down, guys. It probably will, especially with, everything going on. This will be a good time. This will be a good time to, for bad people to start war. This will be a good time for bad people to do bad things. So if you're in a city, expect bad people might be doing extra more bad things. Treat this as if this was the same as a full moon. Treat today, tomorrow, probably treat the next, let's just say 5 days to be safe. The next 5 days. Treat the next 5 days as you would a full moon, as to be extra on top of it. To say, silly things are going to happen, and I just need to be aware of those silly things. So have plenty of water. If you can, pick up some extra groceries, have a little extra. Again, doesn't hurt. This is not a prepper. This isn't going out and prepping. This isn't planning on grid down. This is the power's going to dork out a bit, or the weather's going to dork out a bit, or the people around me are going to dork out a bit. So let's prepare my physical surroundings. Let's prepare my brain, and let's prepare my body. So that's all I'm asking for you guys to do here. So I'm just mentioning this again because it's just one of those things. Everybody out there talks about panicking. There's nothing wrong with being prepared. Actually, I think being prepared is the way how you not panic. So have a plan in place. Practice it. This is a good practice. This is a good practice run. Even if nothing crazy happens to you, this is a good practice run. I like to practice. I like to have things in place. I like to know that it's going to be okay. And guys, it's going to be okay. This isn't a kill shot. This isn't an end all. This isn't a carrying event. It would be cool, like if it got energized enough that you could hear, the wire sizzling, like you do on a hot summer's day right after a rain. Oh, I love the sizzles of electric wires on days like that. So probably not going to be anything like that. It could, but probably not going to be anything like that. So nothing to stay up. But as someone who practices out the window weather, the sky is out my window as well. So we want to make sure that we cover all the out the window weather stuff. I'm going to try this year, if we have good weather, I'm going to try to be more active with the out the window weather forecasts so that you guys can stay up to date, so you guys can know what's going on. And those are just plain nosy and want to know what's going on Doc's farm, you guys will know. So almost back to the house. Like I said, we're just going for a short walk up there, a walk up, a walk back. Wanted to address the big news of today is the solar activity. Again, nothing to be afraid of, anything like that. And again, if you guys missed the first little part, I want to thank all the veterans again, all of my friends, family, relatives, all you guys that I don't know, all you that sacrificed for freedom. While I don't agree, I'm anti-war. You guys were just doing what you were signed up to do, and I thank you for that. And all the what we're gonna pull up here to the house for just a second. We're gonna look at the flag and we're gonna take a moment. We're gonna take a moment of silence for all of those that's great. They gave the greatest sacrifice. That sacrifice so that life can be better for me, you, family. That's including all the way back to the Civil War and all the other wars, World War I, World War II, and all the other veterans that didn't get a chance to come home. So I know my flag is a little tatty because it's time for it to retire. But moment of silence for all of the veterans and all those that gave the ultimate sacrifice. So again, thank you guys all. And anyways, everybody else that's watching, so those that haven't seen my house, my Queen Anne Victorian house, you want to check it up online. It's Mavis Manor. Look it up on Wikipedia or the website, 1897. Actually, we were just walking the same path that during the 1890s they would have walked during the Civil War. So, and up on top of the mountain up there was Camp Flat Top. So just a little fun fact. There's also the old West Virginia Turnpike that was decommissioned 106 years ago. So anyways, friends, thanks for going for a walk with me. If tonight there's auroras, or if I hear anything else that I think is newsworthy or breaking or stuff that you guys just need to know, I will keep you guys informed. So anyways, guys, it's Doc. You guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Until tomorrow, adios.